All right, guys and girls, we are back at the house. I'm getting ready to boil these crabs up. I've got trying something a little different this time. I'm using the Rouse's Down the Bayou seafood boil. Put about a third of this bag in there. You can put however much you want to. I mean, if you want to go milder, but I kind of like mine kind of spicy. So, but anyway, the key to spicy is the soak time. So we're gonna focus on that a little bit later. Right now, I just got the the stove turned on high and get this water boiling with the crab oil, and I've got about 5 potatoes in there too. But once the water starts boiling, I'll be back and we'll put the crabs in. Had them on ice overnight, so they're all still in good shape. Some of them are still alive in there too, believe it or not, but they'll be going into the boiling pot here pretty quick. I'm gonna throw in a couple of jalapenos just for some flavor. I say a couple. I'm put in 1.5 handfuls. Let them float around a bowl, and it'll be tasting good. I like that little tanginess that you get from the jalapenos. But again, that's just my personal preference. You can add whatever you want. You can add pickled sausages if you like that. Some people do. Red Hots. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff go into these bowls. Alright guys, we got the water up to a nice boil there. I'm gonna go ahead and start grabbing these crabs and putting them in there. I'm gonna use my tongs because I don't want to get pinched. I'm pretty sure most of them are, cooled down and not gonna bother me, but I like to be on the safe side because these things do hurt. Get them all in there. Now, some people like to take the shells off and clean out the inside and all that, but the way I do it, just put the whole crab in there. Damn it. Anyway, I'm gonna get all these loaded into the pot. I'm gonna be right back. I'm sorry if I'm sniffing a little bit. This crab boil is in the air right now. It's got me sneezing and snotting. Okay, I may or may not have overloaded the pot here. Looks like I got 10 pounds of crab in a 5-pound pot. So we got 2 minutes left. So I'm gonna sit here and watch it. Make sure it doesn't boil over. I'm gonna let it soak for probably about 30 minutes, and then we'll do the next batch. A lot less crabs in the next batch. I should have divided them up a little bit better, but I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to hopefully get them all into the pot at one time, but not gonna happen. You know how that goes. That's just life. But anyway, I'll be back after these things get through soaking. It's gonna be so good. So good. Alright guys, we got the second batch done. Had to take some of them out, put the other batch in, and got them all back in the water now. Got the stove turned off. I'm just gonna let them soak for about 40 minutes. Now I know the ones sitting on top are not gonna get any liquid in them. They're not going to technically soak. The reason I got them sitting on top is so they'll hold the ones beneath it under the water, so they'll soak good. Now in probably about 15 or 20 minutes, I'm going to do my best to add some ice to this and try to cool it down, because it tends to soak and take up more juice when it's cooler. But right now, ain't got much room to work with. So I'll be back to that in just a little bit. And after the 40 minutes is up, we're going to take them out, put them over here with the potatoes, and dinner will be served. It's gonna be really good, and I'm really excited. This is my first crab boil of the year, and I've been really looking forward to it. So I hope they're full of meat, because I know it's gonna be sweet if they are. All right guys, it's been about, I don't know, 25 minutes, something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and add the ice to this, cool it the rest of the way down. Don't laugh at my my ice bucket. It's all rusted out coffee can, but hey, it works. Anyway, I'm gonna let that sit up there, let it melt, cool the water down a little bit, give it the rest of the time to soak. I think we got 15 minutes left, and we'll take these out. These top crabs I'm going to take out and put them in a separate bowl, so that way I can give them the extra soak time that they need. And the ones on the bottom, of course, we're going to take out, put over here with the potatoes. I may put the potatoes back in there, let them soak a little bit longer too. They feel kind of still kind of hard, so I might let them soak a little bit longer too. All right, guys, the timer's going off. It's been soaking for about 40 minutes. I'm going to take these ones that are down in the juice out. Again, I'm sorry because I'm coughing and hacking and sneezing because this crab has got my sinuses all kinds of inflamed. But I've got the ones that were sitting on top over here in this pan. I'm going to take them and put them soaked for about 30 minutes. But while those are soaking, I'm going to start munching on these. Heck yeah. You're going to make your babies be born naked. There's some pretty decent looking crabs in here. Again, I think Mississippi's got to be 5 inches from tip to tip and no eggs. That's about the only regulations you got on blue crabs now. Look at that one. Got barnacles on it. That one hasn't molted in a long time, so she's going to be full of meat. This one got barnacles on it too. Look at there. That one probably hasn't molted for a while either. She got algae growing on the top. Another one with barnacles. Oops, damn it, I'm making a mess. Alright, just grab one at a time. This one got some algae on her too. But don't worry, it's all been cooked, it's been boiled now, all the germs have been killed, nothing's gonna hurt you. We got some loose claws. Sometimes the crabs will, like I said, drop their claws when we catch them. Not a big deal, they can live without them, they'll regrow them. And they're good too. It's a different type of meat than what's in the actual, in the body of the crab. It's kind of a grainy, where the meat inside the crab body is, you know, chunky and kind of flaky sometimes. But the meat in the claws is, well, I'm gonna try to show it to you later when we're eating them, how grainy it is. But it's different taste, different texture. Pretty neat. That's why you see in the grocery stores, you can buy, you know, the lump crab meat, or you can buy the claw meat. Like I said, it's two different types of meat. Both of them are good. Damn, look at the barnacles on that gnarly dude. Alright, I'm gonna let these knuckleheads soak for about 20 minutes. And I'm gonna put these potatoes back in there too. I think they need to cook just a little bit more. Now the heat's off, so technically it's not cooking, but it's still a little warm, so might give them to be just right. Anyway, we'll be back in a little bit. I'll get everything done. Stacy will be home from the gym here in a little bit, and we're gonna sit down and have us a hell of a feast of crab, and might drink a few adult beverages and go from there. All right. Well, Stacy's going to stop by the grocery store. She's gonna be a few minutes late, but anyway, I want to show you guys kind of how to clean a crab. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can grab one of these, open that up and lift it from the back, or you can just tear that off, grab the legs. I'm sorry, you guys can't even see. Let me try that again. So you tear off the back, you can pull it off here, or you can grab the legs and grab the spine, pull it off like that. Now the orange stuff is eggs, but that doesn't qualify as, you know, as far as not keeping the crabs. They're internal eggs, you can't see them, there's no way to know until you know, pop the top off. So, and you're gonna pull those little pinchers off the front. That's the mouth. You want to take these gills off too. Alright, now you're gonna pull all this little membrane.
That's a nice one. Holy crap. That's a good one.
And there you go. You can break it in half to make it easier to get the meat out of it. But I'm going to leave this one together right now, so I'm just going to kind of start popping the tops off of them, getting ready for Stacy when she gets here so she can eat some. So I'm going to show you how to do that again. Now they got the camera at the right angle. Take one of these little legs, and they get a sharp point there. Stick it underneath. Pop that up. Now again, you can tear this off, grab from the side, but I'm going to show you a different way this time. Just grab it underneath. Pop it off that way. Does the same thing again. Sorry for the coughing. This crab ball in the air in here. It's working on me. It's tough. It really is. Alright, I'm going to pull out that membrane. Extra pieces of shell. Tear off the mouth. Get the gills on both sides. And boom, you're ready to eat. Now, this stuff in here, I call it the mustard. You can eat that if you want to. I don't recommend eating a whole bunch of it because it might give you an upset stomach. It does have a flavor to it. Some people love it, some people hate it. It is kind of an acquired taste. I happen to like it, especially if it's been soaked for a long time. It gets that spice and everything in there. It's just a little something a little bit different. But you can, at this point, take it and wash it underneath the sink. Flush all that stuff out there so there's nothing but shell and meat left. It's up to you, however you want to do that. Yeah, one more time. Lift up the tail, pop the top, tear off the mouth, pull the gills, and any membrane that happens to be there. And boom, good to go. There we go. Let me wash this stuff off my hands so I can turn the camera off. And pretty much going to conclude it. I'm going to break down the crab here in just a second. When Stacy gets back, we'll sit down and eat. I'll show you where the big chunk of meat is in there and how to crack the claws and all that. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, hell, a caveman could do it. And, well, I'm sure caveman did do it. Alright guys, we got them all done. So I'm going to crack one of these claws open right quick, kind of show you the difference in the texture of the meat. Can you see that it's kind of grainy instead of flaky? That's the difference I was talking about with the claw meat versus the lump in the body. See how it, get you a little bit better idea. See how it kind of comes apart in strings. Tasty though, real tasty. I kind of like that Krause's crab ball. It's a little salty though. You know, if you got a heart condition, you may want to not soak it quite as long as I did. But I like salty and spicy. So anyway, just a minute, I'm going to crack one open and I'll show you the lump crab meat, the difference in the texture of the meat. Both of them taste great, but there's a difference, and there is more meat in the lump. Alright guys, I showed you the crab claw. Now I'm going to show you a trick in this lump crab meat. So these are swimmer fins. This is what it uses to propel itself through the water and move quickly. So what you want to do is go right above the shell here, the orange shell, and squeeze on the white part just a tad. You'll feel it give way. A little